What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Micro Futures Trader YouTube channel. Welcome all current and welcome to those new subscribers. Taking a look today, this evening at Tesla. What an amazing day. Boy, did this probably catch some people off guard. Closed up pretty big today. Tesla up $36 today. I believe at one point today we were down quite a bit. And who would have guessed up huge today in the green across the board? Futures markets were up, Tesla up big time. Taking a look here, it looks like the after hours down $13, 1.7%. Over here to the charts, taking a look on TradingView. We are on a daily chart. We are looking at Tesla. Man, would you look at that green candle? That is a thing of beauty. If you watched our video that came out early this morning, I had mentioned multiple times in that video, never be surprised when you see a massive rally to the upside. When markets get too oversold, everybody gets on the wrong side of the trade. Panic sets in. News could not be any worse. Markets have a tendency to do what the majority does not expect. And they rallied pretty darn big towards the end of the day. We are not quite out of hot water yet for Tesla. We bumped our head a little bit at an important area up in this. Looks like today's right around the low here, which was 792. That is still an area of importance, and we need to see a little bit more upside action before, at least we think, we are out of the hot water here for Tesla. But I tell you one thing, if we have another day like today, tomorrow, this thing could be getting ready to rocket much, much higher. Fridays, which is tomorrow, the 25th of February, Fridays are typically bullish days for the stock market. And today was very impressive, although we mentioned in that video this morning that we could expect one of these days to come anytime soon. Happens to be we got that day today, which is pretty interesting because that video came out this morning. If we get another day like this tomorrow, we could be setting ourselves up for a big old massive rally come next week. We will have to see. Like I said, we have a little bit more work to do to the upside before we think personally that Tesla is ready for the next swing higher. Time will tell. Right now, the charts are looking the opposite as they were this morning and yesterday, which was pretty bearish. And they're starting to look a little bit more bullish. We are still a bit bearish on Tesla, but that could be quickly changed come early in the morning throughout tomorrow. I would not be surprised to see the futures markets up pretty big tomorrow morning, bright and early over on the East Coast. So we'll have to see. We could find a little bit of trouble up in here at the 200-day, which is the red line on my chart. 831.61 is where that is currently. But we have a little bit more work to do before we get up there. We could see a big day tomorrow. Today, the news could not be worse across the board. Stocks were down, futures were down very big throughout the day. And then things turned around and looks like we closed up $36. Would not be surprised to see the bottom in for the short term, at least from today. And then correlating that with tomorrow being Friday, the boys in the market could set up a massive, massive rally tomorrow. Today could have been a little bit of market manipulation plus some short covering. Add that into tomorrow and you'll get more short covering, or throughout the tonight in the futures markets. So we could be getting close here. I mean, we could see a much higher Tesla come next week or even tomorrow by the afternoon. So one of the keys here in the market is you got to stay nimble. You have to take your emotions out. One day can be bearish. The next day things switch and you have to jump on the other side of the trade and get bullish. That is the beauty about having trading rules, is they have no emotions. If the market says get short, you got to get short. If the market says it's time to close that short and get long, you can't think twice about it. You got to follow the rules. So we'll see here. Things are looking like they're going to change quite quickly here, at least for Tesla. We will see what happens overnight. The news around the globe is anything but good right now. But like I had mentioned, probably in this morning's video, or perhaps it was the market video about fear, markets move before the news. So that is both to the downside and both to the upside. So if we're looking at this right here, this candle today, the 24th, yes, the news was bad today, very bad. But is this candle right here moving ahead of the news? Will we get another massive candle tomorrow coupled with positive news, or even positive news come next week on the insanity going on around the world? Well, we'll see. Markets have a tendency to move before the news does. And that is the beauty about chart reading, is you will get into the trade before the masses jump on board and before the news gets released. Because by the time usually the news gets released, either that trade is over or the trend is switching or has already ended. So, of course, none of this is financial advice. But the closer you pay attention to the charts and have the news in the background, the more you will see this unfold. And it is a thing of beauty that most investors and most traders can spend a life in the market and never really catch something like that. So perhaps you can use that in your favor down the road and maybe pull some money out of these markets. So that's our thoughts on Tesla. We'll see. We are still a little bit bearish here, but that is looking like and will be changed quite quickly. We'll have to check on the markets overnight and in the early hours of the morning. And we will be back with another video if things change here. Tomorrow could be a big one. If you're short, be careful. We could see another massive rally to the upside here. Time will tell. I bet today caught a lot of folks off guard, but that's the way the markets are. I said the markets have a tendency to rally over time, so being short is always more risky, but that's the name of the game. You got to take the trades, and over time they will play out in your favor. All right, everybody. Thanks again for all of the new subscribers, the current subscribers. Tomorrow, this is what we're watching. We are watching if we can get up to that 200 day. And like if we're going to have a big day in the market, we will get much higher than that. I'm sure we will end up in this area, up in here. Would not be surprised to see that if we get a big old day for Tesla and the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ today was in the red, it was in the green, back in the red, and then we were up many hundreds of points by the end of the day. It's crazy how the workings of the market do what they do. The market makers, the whales, call it what you will, they will get everybody on the wrong, well, they will get everybody on one side of the market, and if you are watching the market and watching the news, I am sure there was some fear and head spinning all day. And then what do you know? They closed the markets up in the green. So do the markets know some positive news that is going to be released in the coming days? Well, we'll have to see, but I would not be surprised to see something like that come out within a couple days after these markets have already potentially bottomed. All right, everybody, that is going to wrap it up for this video. Let me know down in the video comments your thoughts on the market, the craziness going on in the world. Very sad. And Tesla, of course. Welcome to the channel. Got some links down in the video description, Patreon, trading signals, as well as some merch and a couple other links. Check them out if you would like. You guys take care, stay safe out there, and I'll catch you guys in the morning.